Women these days have become slobs. I'm not gonna say all, okay? Obviously not all. I'm not even gonna say half. I'm just gonna say many. And it's really just such a turnoff, girls. Like, oh, it's just amazing. Like, even just going shopping. I remember, like, not even that long ago. I mean, I can remember even in the 90s, even the early 2000s, like just going to the mall, right? Girls, I mean, it would be like a weekday. They would be dressed up just to go shopping, right? Even not to just go to the girly stores. Like, you know, you're only gonna see other women in there. And girls were at least dressed up to a certain degree, whether she was just wearing a nice, you know, nice top, nice pair of pants, and, you know, maybe some boots, maybe a little bit of heels on the boots. She'd had her makeup done a little bit. You know, she might have had her hair in a ponytail, but her face was nice and pretty and done. I don't see that anymore. Rarely. You know, now what I see is a lot of girls just like going out wearing like gym shorts, basketball shirt, sandals, and not even like flip-flop like girly sandals. They're wearing like dude sandals. You know those like Nike sandals that dudes wear? Or Adidas or And One. I mean, these chicks are dressed like dudes. And it's really just like a massive turnoff. I've seen so many girls like this, and it's like the, you know, the middle of the day somewhere where, you know, you don't need to like, you know, wear like a prom dress or anything like that, but at least put on something nice, right? Put on something feminine. Oh, how about that? How about trying to look like a lady? Whatever happened to that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with trying to look like a girl? What's wrong with trying to look cute? Because as far as I know, guys don't like that look, man. They don't. At least not high value guys. And even low value guys, I don't think they like that look. But everywhere you look, I mean, women are like walking around in their sweatpants. They're walking around in their sandals. A lot of women walking around in their bathrobes, right? To go to the grocery store. I've seen a number of women do that. I don't know if they think it's cute or whatever, but it's kind of gnarly. It's kind of gross, right? Even if the chick's like attractive, you could tell she's normally attractive. It's a huge turnoff. I know, like, normally if I saw a girl like that and she at least looked a little decent, like she tried to dress herself, I mean, if she's attractive, I'll approach, right? But when I see her dressed in her sweatpants and sandals, again, not even flip-flops, because at least flip-flops are a little girly, right? They're like wearing like dude sandals. They're wearing like basketball shorts. They're wearing like a basketball jersey, and this is a chick, right? I'm just completely turned off. So I don't know what's going on with women today. You know, even these celebrities, you see them getting photographed in Hollywood. A lot of paparazzis follow these people around. I mean, back in the day, like these women, they never left the house unless they were like dressed to the nines, makeup was perfect, hair was just done, because they knew they were gonna be photographed. Where now, a lot of these actresses, a lot of these pop stars, they just don't give a shit. They'll like walk out in their sweatpants, barefoot, like walking in a gas station, like bathroom gas stations. It's so disgusting. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. What happened and what's wrong with women dressing like ladies, right? I like that. I like when a woman dresses like a lady. When a woman dresses feminine, when she looks feminine, and she doesn't dress like a man. She doesn't dress like a dude. Right? But I don't know how many times I've seen like a cute girl somewhere, and because I like to do a lot of game like on the fly, where, you know, sometimes I'm just running errands, right? I might be busy that week, I don't have time to go to the venue, but I'm running errands somewhere. Say I'm at, you know, like a Target or something like that. And I go to this one in Burbank. There are a lot of cute girls who go in this Target, by the way. And I go to this Target in Burbank, and if there's a cute girl I want to approach, you know, if she's cute, generally I'll approach her. But if I see this girl and she's wearing the freaking gym shorts and she's wearing the dude sandals, no, I'm just like, I'm so turned off. I don't care how cute she is. I mean, a lot of times too, in my head, I'm like, I could see myself like totally like having sex with this girl, and I'm pretty sure she would go for it, right? I know how my closing ratio is. Even then, I'm just that turned off. I'm like, I just don't care. I don't care. I'm not even gonna approach this girl. That's gross. Ugh, learn how to dress, right? I'm always thinking that in my head, like, effing A, man, learn how to dress. Learn how to dress yourself. Look like a woman, for Pete's sakes. You know, there's a time and place for everything. You know, and I could understand, like, you know, if you're at home, you wear your sandals and you wear, but even then, right? you shouldn't be wearing guy clothing, right? It's like a dude wearing chick clothing, or like walking around with women's flip-flops, right? That's not attractive to you girls, right? You don't want to see a guy doing that. Definitely not a guy that you would otherwise be physically attracted to. But yeah, a lot of these celebrities these days, especially out here in Hollywood, it's like, you would just be amazed. They just don't care how they look. You know, they walk around, their hair's like all over the place, no makeup on, they're like no bra even. A lot of them are just like walking around. You can see their lights are totally on from the cold air. You want to look at least a little bit like you took a little bit of effort on yourself, especially if you're a woman, right? You want to look a little bit like a lady as much as you can, rather than looking like a dude. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I remember when I was in college, right? I worked at Macy's Union Square in San Francisco. I sold women's shoes, right? I learned a ton about women selling women's shoes. But I sold women's shoes in the juniors department at Macy's. And this was like early mid-90s. And I remember like women back then coming in, and I don't remember a single girl. And this was a juniors department. So we got a lot of teenagers and women in their like 20s, 30s. These women were always fairly dressed up, even if it was like they were coming from work or they were coming from, you know, running errands. They generally looked pretty good, right? They at least did their makeup. They didn't need to dress to the nines, but they were well kept, where I don't really see that so much anymore. You know, I just don't see that anymore. And it's too bad. It's unfortunate, you know, because it's a huge turnoff. It's a huge turnoff, you know, because back in the day, whenever I saw like a cute girl that I was attracted to, I would go. And now, if the girl is like dressed like a slob, I could tell she doesn't take care of herself. I'm just not interested. I mean, my attraction just like, just plummets. Until next time, this is M. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. More importantly, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, okay? So many of you guys are watching my coaching videos right now. You are still not subscribed to my channel, which means anytime I upload a brand new video to YouTube, you are not getting it. Why? Because you're not subscribed to the channel. Okay, so make sure that you subscribe to my channel. That way, whenever I upload a brand new coaching video to YouTube, you will be the first to get it. Okay, you won't have to wait weeks and weeks or search through YouTube to find it. You will be the first to be notified as soon as I upload it to YouTube. So please make sure you subscribe to my channel as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all this red pill content I'm teaching guys here even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months of Mastery, by becoming a member of 7 Months of Mastery, okay? And the first month is only $1. It's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, where I'm gonna teach you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, most beautiful women in the world into your life. I'm talking 8s, 9s, and 10s. I'm not talking about ball-busting career women over 30, past their prime, that are going to be shouting you down like a little boy, getting these relationships with you, and then poison dripping you. No, I'm talking about young, beautiful women, women who have not yet been indoctrinated by the feminist machine, women who still know how to be feminine. I teach you where to find these women, first of all, right? I teach you a lot of my top places that I personally go to find these type of women, right? And you're not gonna find them in the bars and clubs, guys. You're not gonna find them there, but I teach you where to go to find these types of women who are still feminine, young, beautiful, hot. And I teach you the easiest places to go to approach these women. And again, I'm not talking about bars and clubs. I'm talking about places outside of bars and clubs. Okay, and I teach you all of this in 7 Months of Mastery. And the lessons you're gonna learn in that very first month alone of 7 Months of Mastery are going to be priceless. Okay, you're gonna be able to use this stuff for the rest of your life. So say you don't continue with the program, right? You're gonna be able to take the lessons you learned in that very first month alone and use them for the remainder of your life. Not only that, you'll be able to pass them down to your sons and teach them to your sons, as well as any men in your family, any of close male friends that you have. You'll be able to teach this stuff to as well, okay? And you get all this in the very first month of 7 Months Mastery alone. And not only that, Just take it a step further, I've also recently included a free cheat sheet as part of 7 Months Mastery where I give you my top 5 openers, both direct and indirect, so you will know exactly what to say to the girl anytime you see an attractive girl out there that you want to approach. Instead of like before where you didn't know what to say, so you never approach a girl, then you would go home kicking yourself wondering what would happen. You don't have to worry about that anymore. Now you can go approach that girl because now you have my top 5 openers. Whether you want to approach that girl direct or indirect, it's up to you, right? But I give you my top 5 openers, I give you my top 5 negs, my top 5 objections, right? If the girl gives you an objection, like, hey, I have a boyfriend, I'm not interested, which over half the time is a complete lie, she's shit testing you. Or she tells you, hey, you're not really my type, sorry, I'm not interested, right? I tell you how to overcome that objection. And really, all that objection is, again, is a shit test. And once you can overcome that objection, it will almost by default just spin itself into attraction. When you show the girl that you're not willing to back down so easily, and you have a response for her objection, she will oftentimes get impressed because most guys will quit at the very first sign of rejection. Right when she says, oh, I have a boyfriend, most guys are like, oh, okay, thank you. And then they'll walk away, right? Like a chump, like a chump. The top 5 hottest girlfriends that I've ever dated in my life, when I initially approached them, they all said that they had a boyfriend, okay? Half of them were lying. Half of them, they just told me that because they're trying to get rid of me. Because they said for them, like telling a guy that that you have a boyfriend is a time management tool, right? It stops a lot of guys in their tracks. And really, it filters a lot of guys because a lot of guys who just stop in their tracks, once the girl says, I have a boyfriend, those guys are generally beta anyway, right? They don't have the courage and the confidence in themselves and the self-belief in themselves to push forward. Therefore, the girl is not interested in him as a sexual dating partner. Whereas, like I was mentioning, the top 5 hottest girls that I've ever dated all said that they had boyfriends, and I pushed anyway. I said, oh, that's awesome. How long have you guys been together, right? That's a common response I give you guys in 7 Months of Mastery. How long have you guys been together? And then you watch her eyes to see if she lies, right? You look for that flinching. And then a lot of times the girl will be like, oh, like 6, 7 months, right? You can tell she's full of shit. You know she's lying. Then you could plow forward, right? Like I said, over half the time the girl's lying. It's a shit test. She wants to see if she could stop you in her tracks, stop you in your tracks, right? But once you show her that, you know what? You don't back down so easily, you're not so much of a pussy, that's when she feels sexual attraction for you. Like, wait, this guy, he's pretty bold. I like that. He's pretty bold. He could stand his ground. He's not a little bitch who's just gonna walk away. Okay, good luck, you and your boyfriend. No. But in 7 Months of Mastery, as part of my free cheat sheet, I give you my top 5 responses to those most common top 5 objections that the girl is going to give you in field. Whether she tells you she has a boyfriend, tells you that you're not her type, or whatever else, okay? And it's very, very crucial that you know how to respond when a girl gives you any of these top 5 objections to why she's not gonna give you her phone number or why she's not interested, okay? And like I said, the top 5 hottest girls that I've ever dated in my life all had boyfriends. I overcame their initial objection by going, well, really? How long you been together? Or, that's great. Does they let you have guy friends just to get in the girl's life? And then once I did, sure enough, turned out there was no boyfriend. Or turned out that the guy was just like a casual friend that she went on one date with, that she just uses as an excuse to tell guys as a time management tool to keep all the chumps from trying to get in her pants, right? But once I was able to surpass that initial objection, the girl was like, wow, this guy's boss, this guy's cool. Right? And a lot of you guys ask me too, like, what about text game? What about text game? I tell you guys, it all starts with your approach. It all starts in the initial approach. The better your approach goes, the less text game you have to work. Really, my text game, all it consists of is me, after I approach a girl, texting her being like, hey, what are you doing later? Hey, do you want to go grab drinks later? Hey, what are you doing tomorrow? Let's hang out. Right? Because my approach already went so well, to the point where many times I've already gotten the girl out on what we call an insta date, where after the approach, instead of just getting her number, I took her on an actual date. Like we went to a Starbucks or a cafe, or we walked around the mall. We got to know each other better. To the point where now it's like, now that I have her number, Texting her is easy. All I have to do is text her like, hey, what's up? What are you doing tonight? Let's go hang out. Come over. Let's Netflix and chill. Let's do that. You know, and the girl many times like, oh yeah, you know, we hung out today. He's cool. I trust him. Yeah, let's go. Let's do this. You know, where for most of you guys, you do a piss poor approach. You do a shitty approach to the point where you get a shitty number, right? The girl gives you her number, but you did such a shitty approach that now you're in damage control. And now you're trying to fix it over text, right? You're trying to fix it and then you hit me up like, hey, I'm not in the program, but what should I say to this girl? I approached her and stuff and it didn't go so well, but she gave me her number. It's like, what do you want me to tell you? You want me to work a miracle on you because you didn't do a proper approach, right? It all starts with the approach, guys. This is why you got to jump into 7 months of mastery, you know? Because as long as you're going out there and trying to approach girls with that bullshit that you learned from the TV and Hollywood movies and Disney, the Disney Channel, try going out there and picking girls up with that shit that you learned and see how fast your ass gets chewed up and spat out. See how far that shit gets you. Rather than professional training from a real life active pickup artist, a guy who's been in field over 2.5 decades now. I know I said it a million times, over 2.5 decades. How many women I've dated, guys? Over 350 young, beautiful women. Okay, I'm starting to slow that number down just because I'm getting super picky at this point. I've accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in game. Right? I'm still out there, but I'm slowing that number down just because I'm getting super, super picky with the type of girls I date these days, which is a gift. Okay, because a lot of guys aren't in that position. A lot of guys are forced to choose that one, you know, that one semi-cute, semi-chunky girl in there that they meet through their social circle, and then they end up marrying that girl. And then that girl becomes a 5'2", 200-pound tyrant, the overbearing career woman who poison drips him in his entire life and makes his life miserable. When you could have just jumped into mastery and learned this shit and got out there and got yourself a better woman, a better looking woman, a younger woman, a hotter woman, a cooler woman, right? A cooler woman. I get accused a lot like, oh, you're just teasing these guys to have sex with women. No, I'm not. I'm teaching you guys to get out there and get the highest value, hottest, coolest woman you can into your life, to bring many of those type of women into your life so you have a pool of dating options you could choose from. And you know, you're not living in such scarcity, right? Instead, you're living in abundance, right? So you're gonna get all of these lessons and more in the very first month of 7 months of mastery. And like I said, the first month is only $1, okay? It's only $1 right now. We're gonna be raising the price pretty soon. Right, so take advantage of it while you still can, while I've still got the free cheat sheet in there, which is very vital. You need that, guys. You need the free cheat sheet, so take advantage of that. Like I said, it's only $1 for the entire first month. And all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. All right, here's the shirt, fellas. You guys are like, what shirt are you wearing? I'm wearing my Trans Am shirt today, my TA shirt. It's from a 77 Firebird. You guys remember the movie Smokey and the Bandit, 1977, Burt Reynolds, classic, great shirt, and until next time. You have to realize too, when you're gaming at a, you know, a hot spot like this in Hollywood, these girls, even the ones that are like not that attractive, like 5s and 6s, their social value is still up here because you get a lot of guys, even good-looking guys, just trying to take them home, right? Just desperate. They're like, I'll try to take that 5 or 6 home. So their social value is up here. You know, their heads get blown up, and they feel like their social value is here. This is why you get a lot of 5s acting like they're 9s and 10s, right, when they're not. So this is why I'm not, you know, if you're a newbie, this is probably not the best place for you to go and do game, because you don't want to get those negative reference experiences, right? Where you go home and you're like, man, even these 5s are getting gamed by these hot guys, right? Because during the day, believe me, these girls are not, their social value is not going to be where it is. That's why they come out here to these venues. So they're kind of cheating the system a little bit. But you can cheat the system too. Just don't game them here, especially if you're new. I mean, unless you have, you know, some solid game skills, got some decent pickup skills, and you've done enough approaches like we have, then obviously you want to come out here and, you know, really test your abilities.